مجمع الأندلس التعليمي، تعلم عصري ملهم بهوية وطنية وقيم إسلامية.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. أهلا وسهلا فيكم أعزائي طلبة الصف الثامن. اليوم درسنا راح يكون درس 8C vocabularies page number 102 and 103. اليوم راح نتعلم new vocabularies about traveling, and also we are going to talk about traveling by plane a little bit. At the beginning, let's introduce the vocabularies that we are going to study at this lesson. As we can see here, we have Mount Everest on the left. Mount Everest considered for a long time that it will be impossible to climb that mount due to the amount of oxygen that we have at the top of this mountain. So it's not possible, or it's impossible for people to climb or breathe at the top of that mountain. يعني كان في صعوبة كبيرة في الوصول لقمة بسبب صعوبة التنفس على الجبل، بالإضافة إلى it's not easy to climb it. It's slippery and also you can't walk easily. So men after that made it possible. On the right we can see a climber who reached the top of Mount Everest. So impossible, possible. They made the impossible possible. This word is comfortable on the left, on the right uncomfortable. نقدر نشوف the first man, the old man, is comfortable, but the one who behind him is feeling uncomfortable. مرتاح أو مريح غير مريح، أو راحة أو عدم وجود الراحة أيضا. This one, the boy on the left side, he agree, and on the right side he disagree. Here we have polite and impolite. Polite, the opposite of polite is impolite. لاحظ في he's the girl in the plane, and she's doing an impolite attitude, and the one on the left, the boy, is doing a polite attitude. He's helping elderly. Like and dislike, it's obvious. Like on the left, and on the right side dislike. Satisfied راضي, dissatisfied غير راضي. Here we have flight attendants اللي هم مضيفي الطيران, and here we have the word delayed. زي ما احنا شايفين هون قائمة للطائرات تم أو تأخر وصولها لدقائق، فبنحكي the plane is delayed. So بما أنه شفنا الآن الكلمات وعكسها ال opposite of each word, let's try to find the opposite of each word of the following: possible, impossible, comfortable, uncomfortable, agree, disagree. الآن نقرأ النوت مع بعض، بعد ذلك نحاول نلاقي ال opposite لeach word in the box. النوت بتحكي the opposites of many English words are formed by adding negative prefixes أو negative prefix. إذن عكس كل كلمة باللغة الإنجليزية عادة بتتم من خلال إضافة واحدة من الإضافات القبلية on, this, etc. أكيد في غيرهم، لكن إحنا في الكتاب اليوم راح نتعلم on و this و اللي بتم إضافتهم للصفة أو للفعل قبل الفعل أو قبل الصفة. نشوف الأولى on plus adjective unpleasant, unhappy, unhelpful, unsuccessful. الآن this plus verb or adjective. الأولى طبعا dissatisfied، الثانية dislike، الثالثة disorganized، والرابعة disappear. M plus adjective impolite، impatient غير صبور. إذا نيجي لمعانيهم بشكل سريع. unpleasant يعني لا يسر، unhappy غير سعيد، unhelpful لا يساعد أو غير مفيد، unsuccessful غير ناجح. dissatisfied غير راضي، dislike يعني لم يحب أو لا يحب أو لم يعجب به، disorganized غير منظم، disappear عكس appear ظاهر، disappear مختفي. M plus adjective impolite غير مهذب، impatient غير صبور. نحاول الآن نختبر نفسنا. طبعا هذا بالورك بوك، تقدر تلاقي التمرين ب 8B workbook تمرين B. Complete the sentences with the correct form of the words in capitals. الكلمات in capitals هم happy, possible, organized, comfortable, successful, helpful، وأخيرا polite. Peter was very. نشوف الكلمة very unhappy. The opposite of happy, unhappy. When he broke his toy plane. Before the Wright brothers invented the plane، قبل ما يكتشف الأخوين رايت أو قبل أن يخترع الأخوين رايت the plane الطائرة، many people thought flying was impossible. Your desk is so organized. بتصير so disorganized. How do you find anything? Okay. For I never managed to sleep on planes. أنا لم أكن قادر على النوم في الطائرة. The seats are so uncomfortable. I tried to make model plane, but I was successful, unsuccessful. It didn't look like a plane at all. 6. Flying makes me real nervous. People tell me how safety it is, but I find their advice unhelpful. The way that man told you to move your bags was very impolite. He should apologize. Apologize يعني يعتذر. هيك طبعا بنكون انهينا الجزء الأول. نقدر نختبر حالنا من خلال التمرين موجود أمامنا. بإمكانكم تعملوا له سكان وتحاولوا تحلوا الأسئلة على الفوكابولري. الآن ننتقل لنص الريدنج. بداية نسأل حالنا مجموعة أسئلة. Have you ever traveled by plane? Maybe you have traveled by plane. So if you traveled by plane and you want to answer this question, you will say I have traveled by plane. Or if you haven't, so I have never traveled by plane. I have never traveled by plane. Have you ever had or heard of anyone else who had a particularly good or bad experience while traveling by plane؟ يعني هل بعمرك سمعت أو تم إخبارك إنه أي أحد قام بتجربة محددة إما كانت جيدة أو سيئة خلال سفره بالطائرة؟ And what happened؟ وماذا حصل؟ Now let's start with reading. Skim the text very quick and tell us, where are Ole, Tim and Alan, and how do you know? Try to skim it. يعني اقرأ النص بقراءة سريعة. حاول تحكي لنا وين أولي وتيم وآلن وكيف عرفت بشكل سريع. إذن هم at the airport. هم at the airport. They are at the airport. كيف عرفنا؟ من الصور طبعا. من الصورة ببين إنه في عنا plane وهم بينتظروا وصول أحد ما. نقرأ النص ونسمع النص مع بعض وبعد ذلك نرجع لإجابة الأسئلة.
Just in time. In the morning.
Hey Tim, give me a hand, will you?
What's in that bag? You didn't go shopping at 6 in the morning, did you?
Sort of. I just got this travel pillow. Maybe it will help me relax and sleep during the flight. Plane seats are so uncomfortable, aren't they?
I don't really mind them. Now, where is Alan? He's late again, isn't he?
I just got a text from him. He didn't hear the alarm clock, so he woke up late.
That sounds like Alan.
He isn't going to miss the flight, is he?
Well, it's impossible for him to be here in time. Our gate closes in 40 minutes, and his home's at least an hour away from here.
Anyway, we have to check in now. Let's go, shall we?
A few minutes later.
Did you hear? Our flight is delayed because of a technical problem.
Oh no, I hate delays. We should give Cloudline Airlines a negative review, shouldn't we?
No, I disagree. The delay probably means that they're checking everything so that we can have a safe flight. These things happen. After all, it may not be a long delay.
You have a point. The last time I travelled with Cloudline Airlines, everything was fine. The flight attendants were very polite and made sure that all passengers were happy during the flight.
Later.
I asked a member of staff, and they told me we're boarding soon.
Good. We're only half an hour behind schedule.
Is that Alan?
Hi guys, right on time as always.
أوكي. نكمل الدرس الآن بعد سماعنا للنص. Now scan the text, then read carefully and answer the questions. Write T for Tim. اكتب T إذا كان الموضوع عن Tim. O for Ollie. A for Alan. Has had a positive experience flying with Cloudline Airlines before. مين كان عنده تجربة إيجابية في السفر مع شركة Cloudline للطيران؟ Tim. Isn't usually on time. Alan. 3. Got something to make his flying experience more pleasant. عمل شيء حتى يخلي رحلته أكثر راحة. مين؟ كان Ollie. Thinks that one of his friends won't make the flight. الجواب كان Tim. Almost missed the flight. تقريبا يعني أضاع أو فوت الرحلة. Alan. أخيرا explains that there might be a good reason behind the delay. كان Ollie. في النهاية نروح لسؤال موجود عندنا بالورك بوك ب 8C. I don't usually write reviews technical problems. اللي بينكتب مش technical problems، اللي بينكتب reviews. But I was extremely impatient, dissatisfied with my recent travel experience. الجواب dissatisfied، لم أكن راضي عن آخر رحلة إلي. Things were okay in the beginning. Everyone got on the plane and found their gates ولا seats. الجيت بتكون قبل الطائرة. هم الآن on the plane, so seats. Time passed though, and the plane just wasn't taken off. The worst part was that nobody explained to us why there was delay. لماذا كان هنالك تأخير? In fact, it seemed like the flight attendants with the airline were hiding from us and didn't want to answer our questions. The flight attendants طبعا. I found that very unsuccessful, impolite. وجدت ذلك impolite. غير مهذب. We ended up waiting for over 45 minutes, and by then some people were finding it difficult to stay calm. Finally, we saw somebody else come onto the plane. I didn't recognize him, but from what I heard, he was someone famous. we realized that the pilot had delayed ولا missed the flight. Delayed the flight. أخر الطائرة. I don't care how famous that man is. أنا لا يهمني كم كان مشهورا. He should learn to be on time. يجب أن يتعلم أن يكون على الوقت تماما أو دقيقا. The rest, like the rest of us, مثل باقينا أو مثل الباقي. برد أذكر يا شباب بالتمرين الفوكابولري. بتمنى يكون الدرس كان واضح ومفيد. شكرا لكم. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.
مجمع الأندلس التعليمي، تعلم عصري ملهم بهوية وطنية وقيم إسلامية.